Before we dive into today's episode, I would love to introduce you to someone very special, the heart behind this podcast and behind Ona. Anna is the CEO and founder of Ona, a community that supports women in creating healthy families and reconnecting with their well-being. She's also a doula, a mother of two beautiful girls, and a sausage dog, and someone whose passion lies in uplifting women through every season of life. She's here not just as a host, but as someone who's walked alongside hundreds of women on their fertility journeys with care, curiosity, and a big open heart. Welcome, Anna.
In this episode, I'm excited to introduce you to Ashlee. Ashlee is a real fertility case and a past patient of Ona. This is a story of true resilience, positive mindset, and manifestation of faith, if you like. I hold this case very close to my heart. I hope you enjoy the story in two parts.
I can only imagine there'd be some kind of appreciation for each other and that, like you said, resilience, but also growth within those challenges. I love along that, you're highlighting the different styles of communications and how different people process different emotions as well. Some people really kind of stay on focus. Like I noticed in clinic, women coming in and they just want to come in, get treatments, get out. They don't want to talk about it. And some want to dissect it. And I don't know if there's a right or a wrong. I think everyone's a little bit different. It's like when you're running a race and sometimes you don't want to be like, oh, my leg hurts and my knee hurts. You kind of just want to focus on one step at a time, that one leap at a time. And that's okay. And sometimes you kind of want to stop, recover, go again, just depends. And you don't always know the length of the race either. It's like kind of going into the unknown and trusting. Trusting that there's some sort of a finish line.
Absolutely.
Or a new beginning. So now that you're on the other side, Isla is almost full. Can you reflect a little bit more on, or a little around birth? Having and parenthood as well. I think having had a journey, and what probably how long was it until the conception point?
A year. It was probably 12 months. Yeah.
So there's 12 months of conception focused energy. And then, pregnancy. How did you go through birth and the early stages of parenthood and now? What is it like? Or what can you take away? What can you reflect on?
I think when my obstetrician had asked me about my birth plan, I was like, I don't care. And he thought that was really odd that I was saying that. And I was like, I honestly, this is my miracle baby. I don't care how she comes out as long as we're both healthy and safe. And I just remember even the midwives just being like, are you sure you don't really have a preference or, and I was like, I really don't. I honestly, whatever will be, I think by that stage, I had that trust in my body as well. I had a beautiful pregnancy. I was sick, really sick in the beginning. But apart from that, considering I had a really, really beautiful pregnancy, and I actually loved being pregnant, which is odd. Yeah, some people say that's odd. But I don't know if some of that, a part of that is because of how hard it was, and just that, how grateful we were to be in that position. But yeah, when they were asking me about my birth plan, I was just like, whatever like happens, yeah, I don't want to. I know some people have become really fixated on like, well, I want it to be like this, and then when it doesn't go to plan, um, I just felt like I couldn't be fixated on something. I never thought it was going to take me over 12 months to conceive and go through all of the hurdles that I had to. And so I didn't want to put a um didn't want to pigeonhole myself into something that, may not have eventuated. And so the birth was good, I think, as as good as it can be expected. um, I remember the night before I started having what would have been probably some contractions. And I said to my husband, um, we can't go to the hospital. I need to wash my hair. And so my hair's not been washed in a week. I can't be giving birth with this dirty hair. So I was like, get up first thing the next day. And the contractions did sort of go throughout the day, but like quite far apart. So I knew that there was some time, and a few people had said to me, don't go to the hospital too early because they'll send you home. You don't want to have to go there and then go home. And so by around 4 p.m. or something like that, I had said to my husband, he was working on the other side of town, and I was like, I think you probably should come home now. They're getting a bit more intense and be a little bit closer. And yeah, I got into the hospital. I think it was maybe around 7 p.m. Um, the midwives were all amazing. My obstetrician, just like as they do, just floated in at the very, the right moment to just birth the baby. He let me sort of like pull her out as well, so like I had my hand sort of under her arms, which was a very surreal experience, but amazing. Um, and yeah, she was a dream. Um, she started feeding pretty much straight away. I kept joking to people that, she's going to be this perfect, like she'll feed perfectly, she'll sleep perfectly. Like I was obviously joking. She was a newborn. So, but yeah, kept telling everyone that, because she was, so it was so hard for us to get here. She's just going to be this perfect. Yeah. And so yeah, I look that whole it's all very it's like a bit of an out of body experience, I think. Like you just especially first baby, right? Like you don't really know what to expect. And people will tell you, like everyone says to you, this is what happens, and they tell you about the sleep and like all of these things. But I just don't think you can really appreciate it or understand it. Um, until you're actually living it. Like it's kind of like anything. Like you can have empathy for someone's situation, but you can't truly understand it until you've lived it. And so yeah, we spent I think it was maybe 5 days in the hospital and then went home. That was a bit scary because you're like, they're just letting me take this baby home. Like, what do we do? But by that stage, she was feeding quite well. We had a couple of hiccups with feeding in the beginning, like that first day or two. But then, yeah, she was feeding quite well, putting on weight, and yeah, we got her home, and my husband was only with me at home for probably like 3 or 4 days, and then I was kind of on my own, which was not a bad thing. I sort of had to just work it out, right? Like,
A rhythm, and then it changes again.
yeah. As soon as you've like got this like routine down pat, you're like, oh yeah, she's sleeping for like an hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning. This is perfect. And then yeah, as soon as you've got it perfectly, then something changes. Yeah, exactly. I probably, again, on reflection, like that first maybe 6 to 12 months, like I'm a highly anxious person anyway, so I probably did have a bit of postpartum anxiety. Um, but and there were definitely times where I got overwhelmed, and I did have to think about the journey. Like I had to bring myself back.
The process.
Yeah, exactly. But in a way that I never wanted to dismiss, because I think some people will be like, oh, but, you know, you can't complain about that because it took you like so long to have a baby. You should just be grateful. Yeah, no, I am. I'm absolutely grateful, but also don't dismiss the way that I feel about a certain situation as well. And so that was a big thing for me too. Like just acknowledge the feeling. And yeah, it doesn't last forever, these phases with little kids. It doesn't last forever, but while you're in it, like it's still hard. And I think that then it needs to be validated as well. And yeah, I think just in parenthood, again, there are definitely times where I'm like, just don't forget what we went through for this bundle of joy who talks back now, which is different.
Sass and attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. My husband says she's exactly like me. He's like, oh, I don't have that much attitude, do I? But yeah, we just we do, like we count our blessings like all the time. It is like, it's obviously hard. Being a parent is the hardest job in the world.
And there's no rule book.
No, that's right. Yeah, exactly. And there's no one size fits all. I think like that. I mean, even when it comes to fertility and the things that I had gone through, it's not everyone's journey and everyone's story is different. And I think it's important to remember that everyone has been through something or is potentially going through something as well. They might not care to voice that. So I think, yeah, the empathy thing is so important. I think, I mean, I was lucky in that, there weren't many great things that came out of COVID, but I didn't have to front up to anything while I was going through. There were nights I would cry myself to sleep. I reckon I would probably get 2 hours sleep because I just couldn't stop crying after a negative test or something like that. I didn't have to go to work the next day. I didn't have to go to events or, front up to family or anything like that. So, like, I really feel for those people who, now that, life is normal again, who are going through all that stuff and don't aren't able to set the boundaries as well. Because I think again, when people don't understand what you've been through, they can't be empathetic towards you in some situations. And so yeah, like events and things like that. Like I've had friends who are like, um, I've got to go to this baby shower. I don't want to go because of my situation. So much, like, yeah, so much internal conflict. And so, yeah, I was really lucky. I didn't have to deal with any of that. I shared with who I wanted to, but even then it was a very small circle, because you just got to protect yourself, like protect your own peace.
Being in that bit of a protective bubble is okay. I think there's can be a bit of a pleasing everyone, pleasing people in the family, pleasing friends, tiptoeing around. It's okay. It's okay to kind of be in a bit of a private bubble for a while, protect your energy and protect your own. As you move through, you will know when it's time to start sharing.
Yeah.
It is lovely when people are feeling brave and supported in their own communities and circles to share, when they have losses or when they have certain experiences, because maybe it creates awareness in those communities and the people around them.
Yeah.
It's great, but you don't have to. You don't have to please anyone. Yeah, and then in your early parenthood and around birth, was kind of we were still isolated. Where were you in time?
It started it started to, started to come out. No one was allowed in the hospital.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad thing, to be honest.
So still have this little cover and bubble over you guys.
Yes.
And again, back to those timings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Do you ever look at Isla and think she's just meant to be here the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I knew from before I even fell pregnant it would be a girl.
Yeah.
I knew that. Like in my heart, I just knew. I saw something the other day that was like something about like a best friend will come to you like when you need it the most or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was talking about a daughter or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, I was like, oh, that, I just needed, she was just there when I needed her the most. Like, yeah.
Like that connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe on some spiritual level.
Yeah. And I'm lucky I connected with her immediately. I know that that's not everyone's experience, but I connected with her straight away. And yeah, for some reason, I just always knew that she was a girl. Yeah, I just knew that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
The intuition amongst all the mayhem, amongst all the noise, coming back to that intuition, that internal guide, compass that we all have, that I believe, and listening to that, letting that guide us.
And I feel like my job will be to particularly when it comes to like women's health and stuff like that. And I mean, we're learning, like we know so much more now, and kids, teenagers, I guess, know a lot more now than what we did. But I will be so open with her about all of those things as well, because again, it was a different time and no one really had the conversations with me until later on, where I was, learning these things about ovulation and
more intimate discussion. Yeah, exactly. To have with our daughter.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I think that's really important. Like that's another, thing that I can take out of it as well, is that I want to empower her in that sort of space, and these things it's not taboo. Like this is, periods and all of that type of stuff. Like it's so normal.
My girls know all about the pads and what it looks like and why it's different. And they're not in the teens yet. So I think it's so, so important. I love that you look forward to that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I want to do a little segment with you that we do in the podcast. It's called Never Have I Ever. So every time it's a bit of a different spin, and so it gives you an opportunity to discuss that point. So today it's never have I ever believed what my specialist told me. Have you? Have you not? Or just open to discussion. Okay. Have you ever believed what your specialist told you?
Where are the shots? No, I'm only joking.
Shot free, alcohol free.
Yeah, no, I absolutely have. Probably more than once too. In different circumstances. I think, there were times where, particularly with the first gynecologist that I saw, where I fell down a bit of a hole and just thought, like, it's over. It's done. And I'm so glad that through the people I'd spoken to and just my own sort of intuition, I guess, that I decided to explore a little bit more, and get a second opinion, because I think sometimes it's just not as black and white as you're led to believe, or as that, in that moment it was like, "Oh, well, sorry about that." Yeah. So I think you need to, like, you've got to try and trust yourself as well. and try not, like, for me particularly, not to be overly reactive in the moment, because and make decisions fueled by emotion.
It's hard, right? Like taking taking a breath and going, do I choose to accept this or do I choose to reject this? I think it takes a bit of self-awareness and practice, some sort of practice, or even a particular mindset. I think it's such a natural, response to go, holy cow, like, what does this mean for me? It's a totally natural response to go into a bit of a fear reaction. But I think if there is, and sounds like you had some sort of mindset, some sort of awareness, even though you didn't, you're saying you were starting kind of from scratch about the body knowledge or awareness, but there was some sort of, maybe belief system that pulled you back. Something. It may be intangible. But I think, and having each other, like from what you're saying, having each other and going, hold on, we just got through this one thing. This is not how the roll.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. It's like I just felt like, I was never an overly maternal person.
I relate to that.
Yeah. Like, some people, they're just like from 20, even like younger teenagers, they're just like very nurturing, like just like meant to be mums.
Did you ever have kids approach you though?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I'd be like, the kids are here again.
Always. Like, they were like drawn to me.
Yes.
And I was fine. Like, I was great with kids, but I wasn't that person that was like, I cannot wait to be a mum.
Yes.
That's all I want to do in my life. And then I started to feel guilty about that, because I was like, well, maybe, maybe that's why this has happened the way it has, and stuff like that. But I've been surprised at the amount of people who are like, no, I was never maternal either. And some people will say, like, I don't really like other people's kids. I just like my own kids, right? Like, which is perfectly fine as well. So yeah, that was interesting, but I still knew that was what I wanted. Like, I still, once we went through this cancer stuff, and towards the end of that chemotherapy, it started to get hard. So the treatment was at a maternity hospital, and so everywhere I went, there was pregnant people. And that was hard, because by that stage I was like, this is like, it's like dangling the carrot in my face.
The teasing.
If that's what it felt like. Yeah. Like, I would go to the toilet and there's pregnant people. They're going to their appointments with their obstetricians, and like, there was babies everywhere. Yeah.
We you mentioned something about, women going to events and how challenging it is, and we do talk about a reframe at the clinic. I bring up well, how can we make this work for you? Like, how can we reframe? It's like, okay, I'm getting closer. How can we reframe the situation? But at the end of the day, it's out of everyone's control.
I don't know if you remember, but there was a lot of pregnancies around me when we were trying as well.
So how can we make it a positive?
Yeah.
Well, like, I think the bubble is one strategy, I suppose, but another way of thinking about it. It's like, oh wow, I'm in this magical oxytocin place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm curious, how other women could potentially view it, because that would have been a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. It is, mindset is so underrated. Like, we don't, I don't know that we give it enough credit, because it can really, really help you, like, wherever you are in the journey, to be honest. Like, even if it is just like 5 minutes of meditation, just like to slow down for a second, breathe. I did a bit of meditation when you and I started working together. I think like you had suggested that, and that was more just like, it wasn't really like manifesting at that point, but it was more just like connecting with myself and like yeah, just trying to block out some of the noise. That was really important. So like there were so many things that sort of helped me, like just scaffolding. Do you know what I mean? Like start with just some breath work, and then there was like the manifesting, and there was some visualization in there as well. Yeah, I just there there were a lot of things, and like I said, speaking with professionals as well, like practitioners or just health professionals. Like I think that's probably one thing I would say to people is like seek the help. You can't do it all. Yeah, no one's asking you to do it all alone, because it can be incredibly isolating. It's a really um, it's such a difficult thing to go through, and um, yeah, when you think that like no one understands, that's really isolating. I mean, even your partner, they don't really, you know,
Or know how to support.
yeah, exactly right. And like like communication around that's really important as well. Like the people around you, whether it's friends, whether it's your partner, whether it's, like tell them.
Yeah, I love how you were saying, have your people, have the trusted bubble of people to maybe cheer you on, maybe just have to lean on. Maybe
Yeah.
part of it is guiding,
Yeah.
healing, but they're the core, and you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other advice or any other thoughts for women who might be going through challenges in their conception
Yeah.
journey
Yeah.
or fertility journey? Do you have any other thoughts?
I think a little bit of hope can go a long way. And like that, it sounds a bit cliche, but like if you don't have hope, what else do you have, kind of thing. You have to, I think, you the hope, like the belief starts with that hope. Like you've got to have that little bit of um positivity as well, like just that, you know I saw on the sign on the way up, it's like anything is possible. Like it really is, like um and I think that's like you've got to just give yourself that messaging as well. Um, and again, like super cliche and cringe, but it's like be kind to yourself because like you're doing your absolute best. Um, and like you won't get it right all the time, like in terms of that self talk and all of that type of stuff. But the more that you try and reframe and just speak a little bit more positively towards yourself, like you will start to rewire your brain towards more positive than negative. It can take some time, but it will. It's yeah, practice speaking really kindly to yourself. Someone said to me, it may actually have been you. Um, if it's not something you would say to a friend, like don't say it to yourself. Um, and yeah, there's so many things that we wouldn't actually say to people in our lives, but we're okay to say to ourselves. And so, yeah, I think that's important as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Ashlee, thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Just for so openly sharing. And thank you for your beautiful story and the story of just resilience and positivity. And I love how it really shaped your family beautifully. I know nothing's perfect, but I think if you guys can get through what you got through,
Yeah.
anything is possible. And I just wish you just the most beautiful future Just enjoy every single moment.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you. Like I said
Thank
to you,
for trusting.
I'm a big advocate. I'm a huge advocate for the work that you do. Like I said, we gay IVF, we kicked that away and just stayed here for 6 months. And I think even without, the herbs and the needles and all of the things, it was like I said, a very safe place. But also like just the way that like the encouragement from you, like to just keep going, like, you might be next, you never know. And so, yeah, that helped us immensely.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Fertility and Me, the Self-Love Journey podcast. If you're enjoying the content so far, please like, subscribe, and share so we can together empower more couples on their journey to conception. I love love.